G's on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm on bomb. I'ma leave it.
Oh my God, Devian and his wife. It's my neighbors. You feel me? They went to the Essence Festival this year in New Orleans, and the complaint is that it was more of a African festival than a Black American festival. And I asked, I was like, "What are you talking about?" I told Black American and African are supposed to be like the same thing. You guys from Africa, and they tried to really explain to me how Black American culture is different from African culture, and we have to embrace Black American culture instead of us telling them we are lost. I mean, they are lost. They don't know where they're from. They should go back. They never been back, and they do have a culture too. And I was trying to like fight, go back and forth with them. But when you think about it, it's truth. Have you been to New Orleans? New Orleans have a culture, a rich culture in its own. Have you been to like how you call it Texas? Have you been to Philly, New York, Minnesota, Atlanta? Every state you goes to have their own culture, and it's something about them, the way they talk and everything, especially in New Orleans. New Orleans have a very rich culture. I think New Orleans remind me more of a Caribbean kind of people, but maybe I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, I was trying to fight with him, but then when he schooled me on how the Essence Festival is mainly for the Black American culture. It should be there. It should be collard greens. It should be fried chicken. It should be all these different good food that the Black American culture brings to the table. Than just fufu and everything from Africa, because that's not the culture. I was getting mad at first, but then I think he's right. So our Black Americans are not Africans. Black Americans are not Africans, right? So our Black Americans are not Africans. Black Americans have their own culture. We have to respect that. And we have to stop telling them they are lost. They don't know where they're from. Maybe some of them, yeah, down the line.
Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everyone in the building. Salute, salute, salute. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. We're here with another one. African man admits that Black Americans are not African. We've been pushing this sentiment for a long time, creating these lines and markers. These people know that we're not African. They've been doing this. I just don't think our people know this. That's under the indoctrinating cloth. And but it's always refreshing to hear people that's not from our cloth, not from our lineage, honestly give accurate conversations about our lineage. See, some Africans like to say, "Oh, y'all are Africans, y'all just blah, they blah," whatever the case may be. I think it's very important for us to understand that we're not African people. Expressing our lineage is very, very important. Like, I can't even stress to you guys how important it is for you guys to stress and highlight and express your lineage. Okay? To express your cultural practices. Okay? So shout out to all my FBA family that's listening in on Twitter, Instagram. Shout out to all my Aboriginal FBA brothers that's on the YouTube side of things. We're here to have a casual, gradual conversation. So I'm going to have more of an open panel here in a second. So for anyone that's listening in, is more than welcome to come over here to the YouTube side of things. The link to the panel live stream will be in the chat, so you guys can come on at free will and indulge in on these conversations and There's a lot of people that mispronounce who we are as indigenous people. And I'm going to play a couple clips from Africans speaking on how we are the indigenous people, sir. How we are not African, as a misnomer, as a mislabel, as a false classification of our people. The term African American is a title that is blanketed on our people. And if we know for a fact as our own lineage that African is the incorrect term, and now Africans from the continent is expressing that that's an incorrect term, then the only term left to describe us will be American. Once you remove the African from African American, the only word left is American, which is your rightful identity, which is your true identity, being the indigenous peoples here, being the original peoples here, the original people of all lands, whether it's Australia, Europe, Asia, Africa, they're all melanated, dark-skinned people. But people fail to realize, or when it comes to simple logic, when we think about melanated people in America, it can't be the case. People got it in their mind that is absolutely unfeasible for every other continent to have melanated people as the original people, but America does not have that. And now that science and contemporary historians are now singing a different tune, they're trying to go against the grain. And like I told people years ago, a lot of this information we're dropping, this indigenous Aboriginal information, a lot of your Black leaders have directly documented Aboriginal American lineage. A lot of the information, a lot of the cultural builds and live streams that we did, a lot of the historical aspect from an Aboriginal perspective that we did on this on live stream on this particular channel. We told you guys that we were about 5 to 6 years ahead of the game. And this means historians, scientists, and regular philosophers. We are the people that they thought that they could cover up, that they could hide away, that they can erase the history. It's a saying that, well, we can't remove the Negroes, so let's cover them and their history up with dirt. Let's make anything that they did good, evil in the eyes of the viewer. See, but they didn't understand our spirit, family. They try to cover us up in dirt, not knowing that we were seeds. Now let that sink in. Let that sink in. They try to bury us in the dirt, not knowing that we were seeds. And look how far and look how gradually, spiritually, mentally, we have grown. These seeds that they thought that they could cover up with dirt only have grown and show the revere and the perseverance that it takes to become one of the most idolized, respected, and revered people on the planet. You okay? That might be some of my next merch, so don't even slip on that. Speaking of merch, I know I don't really promote my merch like I should, mainly because this channel is not monetized and it will not allow me to create a YouTube store. So you guys have to hit the t-shirt spring link directly and go and shop with your brother Aboriginal Power. We have new merch available right now. We have some new merch, the Race First merch, and American by Bloodline t-shirts and hoodies and hats as well. Make sure y'all go check that out. And we also just dropped a new line today. It's called Support Deportation. Support Deportation merch is available because I know a lot of people do support deportation, and a lot of our proud patriots and outstanding Americans is really going to appreciate the quality of that and the message behind it. Support deportation. So yeah, man, Race First and An American by Bloodline merch is available. Make sure y'all go check that out. Real talk. But we got more to get into as far as when we get into these conversations with these Africans. We do want to kind of highlight a few different things. So let's get into the actual conversation that we got. My bad, you guys. I didn't mean to do that. But let's get into it. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Drop those fire emojis, hit that like button. Let's get a few people to support the channel, man. I shouldn't even have to say support the channel because we should already have a gang of people supporting it right now. We should have at least 10, 20 people hitting that cash out. $5, $2, $100, $50, $20. Just, supporting the movement because we come with this heat relentlessly. Been doing this, speaking on immigration, speaking on tethers, speaking on delineating on my platform at least for the last 4 years. You can go to look at the live streams that we got. All the proof is in the pudding. We was standing on this before a lot of people jumped on this conversation, which we are proud, we are happy, and we are thrilled that a lot of brothers and sisters is waking up and really understanding the delineation process. So for those that do want to support the channel, shout out to my sister April Don for putting that Cash App information in the chat. For those that are just coming in, it's also pinned at the top of the live chat as well. So make sure y'all support the channel. If y'all ready to get right back into it, y'all already know the vibes. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, and support the channel. Let's go.
Maybe you're wrong. I'm just saying, I was trying to fight with him, but then when he's
for the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Like the turret, just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb.
It should be collard greens. It should be fried chicken. It should be all these different good food that the Black American culture brings to the table. Than just fufu and everything from Africa, because that's not the culture. I was getting mad at first, but then I think he's right. So our Africans, Black Americans are not Africans. Black Americans have their own culture. We have to respect that. And we have to stop telling them they are lost. They don't know where they're from. Maybe some of them, down the line, if you really do your ancestry.com, whatever that is, maybe you're gonna find some. Even for us, we African. We got mixed up with us too. But I'm trying to say, Black Americans are not African. Black Americans are Black Americans. They have their own culture and they have their own thing, their own rules, their own food, which is so beautiful. And Black Americans run the world. When Black Americans move, they move the culture. They really do move the culture. So we shouldn't come in the diaspora and come from Africa and come over here and be making them feel bad and telling them they are lost, they don't know where they're from, they don't have a culture, because that is not truth. I really got to school today, and I really appreciate my man for letting me know. It's true. Black Americans are Black Americans. They have their own culture, and we have to respect.
So, firstly, we
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave
about the rise in Black American nationalism and the Black American nationalist to white supremacist pipeline. Yes, white supremacist. So, firstly, we've seen the Jay Versace tweet that's been resurfacing, and in response, I've seen like quite a few Black Americans make videos about that and say that you can always tell an African apart from an African American. Y'all are not like.
Yeah, we definitely can. I don't know why they look at us crazy when we say that we can actually tell y'all apart. I don't know why people look at us crazy when we say we can. Shout out to my brother Radamez Prince in the building, man, a good brother of mine. Hope all is well with you, brother. You and the family, and I hope all is well with you, brother. Good to see you around, brothers. It's always a blessing. Shout out to Radamez in the chat, y'all.
We need to talk about the rise in Black American nationalism and the Black American nationalist to white supremacist pipeline.
There is no rise in Black nationalism. There is no rise.
We need to talk about the rise in Black American nationalism and the Black American nationalist to white supremacist pipeline. Yes, white supremacist. So, firstly, we've seen the Jay Versace tweet that's been resurfacing, and in response, I've seen like quite a few Black Americans make videos about that and say that you can always tell an African apart from an African American. Y'all are not like us, etc., etc. And before I even get too deep into that, I really want to ask you guys, what is the purpose of making that distinction? Why are you guys fighting so hard to make this distinction in 2025? Don't tell me that is reparations, because that's a really stupid answer. And just to speak to that point, Africans are very diverse looking people. Yes, there are people you can look at them and tell they're African, just like you can look at some people and tell, oh, okay, that's a Black American person. But if you go and get Africans who were born and raised in America or who moved to America at a very young age, you probably would not be able to tell. Most of you cannot, because people can't tell with me. It's literally not until you say something or until somebody sees your last name that they're like, oh.
Girl, we knew that you was an African as soon as you start talking. Your little ass neck, frail body, little chin, bad hairline, and that Camp Maroon soccer jersey that you got on is diabolical. That Camp Maroon soccer is diabolical.
And that honestly kind of brings me to my second point of this whole thing of Africans are cosplaying Black Americans. I don't really think you guys understand how silly you sound when you say this at times, but I think it really does speak to sometimes how Black Americans, when it comes to this particular subject, some of y'all can be a little bit narrow-minded in your thinking, because what do you mean we're cosplaying? If you're born and raised in a country, you're going to have the mannerisms of people in that.
Hey, family, we got 200 listening in right now on the YouTube, and we just got started. We just got started, family. We just hit 20 minutes in the live stream. So I need everybody to give me a quick share that's listening in on the YouTube, and everybody that's listening in on Twitter, give me a quick retweet with the hashtag Aboriginal Power, please. Shout out to everybody in the building. We're trying to get back in the algorithm over here. This channel has been off of YouTube for some time now, so we need everybody on Twitter. Give me a quick retweet with that hashtag Aboriginal Power. We appreciate that.
That country. Especially if you're raised in a country like America where things are typically just straight segregated by race. Like, let's be real. So it's like you're going to have and adopt the mannerisms of the people, you know, in your community, which for a lot of people who are African but born in America, that's going to be Black American people. Like, hello.
Because the name of the game is to blend in with us and to kind of morph in with us, literally to tether, so that you can blend in without being seen while undermining us right in our faces. See, that's the thing. Like a vampire, you get invited in, and once you're invited in, you can blend in and then undermine from within. This is why, family, have you noticed a lot of these non-FBAs, they get offended when we can see that they're not FBA? Do y'all ever notice that? They get offended. I've seen a couple of videos where they were complaining. Somebody said, I look African. Wait, we're the same. I look just like FBA niggas. No. Family, some of y'all non-FBAs know that we can tell. In a lot of cases, we can tell. And that's not a bad thing. We're not denigrating you. We can tell. We can tell that you're not us in a lot of cases. Even when you try your best to blend in, there's little things that we can tell. There's little nooks and crannies and nuances that gives it away. It's not a bad thing. We just know. And some of us, we're just tuned in. I can tell immediately. Yeah. Little things we can tell. But why do they get offended though? Because I've seen people literally get offended when we, foundational Black Americans, we say, hey man, what part of Africa are you from? What nigga? Why are you saying that to me? Because nigga, listening to you talk, you're clearly from Africa, and I can tell you're from Africa. What is this shit? What is this divisive? This xenophobia? No, brother. What the hell? What the hell are you offended for? Did you thought you blended in with that hairline and that?
Right. I don't know why they be thinking that they blended in with us. And the only reason they're trying their hardest to blend in is so they can tether off of our stuff. Now, let me play this quick other clip real quick from this African elder speaking to another podcaster by the name of Cy Netter, who's a Pan-Africanist. The African tells him that the Black people in America are not African. Let's play the clip.
Not even there. And the land is still joined, my brother. When we talk of Pangea and how the land break, well, they've been laughing at us for talking of what is there. It's not even there.
Okay, so the Black man here in America, are they African people? Where did they come from?
The Blacks living here in the area you are referring to, America. Pardon me, anyway. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway. Pardon me. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks. I'm sorry, my bro. Anyway.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this real quick. Hit that like button, drop a fire emoji, man. I need y'all to drop those fire emojis, man. Shout out to everybody that's in Twitter, that's supporting the movement, man, that did share the live stream. Okay, we do appreciate that. We got 22 people now in here listening to us on the Twitter. And shout out to everybody that's on X. Quick retweet if y'all rock with the movement. If y'all new to the channel, it's your brother Aboriginal Power. Come over to the YouTube channel, the YouTube side, Aboriginal Power on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe. And for those that's listening in on YouTube, make sure y'all go follow me on Twitter. That's Power Aboriginal on Twitter. All right, moderators, drop that information in the chat for the family so they can go follow us on Twitter. And by tomorrow, family, I'm doing my first Twitter Spaces live. We're gonna do our first Twitter Spaces. So I need everybody that's in the chat that's rocking with me to go follow me on Twitter. We're gonna be going live on Twitter. We can be a little more explicit. We're gonna try to get a wide variety of audience, you know what I'm saying? And that's where them hashtags go viral. So we need that hashtag Aboriginal Power, that hashtag Tether Awareness to go viral. All right, shout out to everybody that's in the building, and let's get back into it. Let's go.
Yes.
So are you saying that we didn't come from Africa?
No.
So are you saying that we didn't come from Africa?
No. And the people that live in West Africa were never there. And the people that live in West Africa were never there. They are yet to be there. Anyhow, if you ask, say, Auntie Joe's parents were who founded where mom was born at.
So if you listen with the clip, he's telling you that we not African.
Anyhow.
So who are they?
There is nothing as an African too.
So who are they?
There is nothing as an African too.
So he's telling you that us as Black Americans, Aboriginal, Indigenous Americans, we're not African. We're not African at all. By no means. Your grandmama told you that you had some type of Indian in you. She might have didn't know the full story like Big Aboriginal Power know, but she knew a little something. You know, it was passed down. Let's continue to rock this thing out. And that's the thing. I'm not going to say that they stand out, right? Because Africans don't stand out at all. That's why nobody follows them. They don't have the charisma. The funny thing is, like my boy Fire Eye Beat said in the chat, we're the ones that stand out. We can go anywhere around the world, around any other melanated people on the planet, whether it's, excuse me, whether it's Australia, Europe, Asia, or Africa. If there's black people, dark-skinned people there, when we go around them, we're going to stand out. Because it's our spirit. It's our energy. What the Europeans like to call that aura. Shout out to all my Americans that's in the building. If you are American, FBA, Aboriginal, American, Indian, drop those fire emojis in the chat. I need to know who all in the building right now. Let's get back to it. My bad. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it.
With that,
let's get back to it. Shout out to everybody that's in the building too, though. I do want to say support to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to Reginald Jones being the first and only person to support the channel. I do appreciate the $4 Cash App donation. We do appreciate it. Shout out to Reginald Jones for the support. Shout out to everybody that's in the building.
We say, hey man, what part of Africa are you from? What?
Hopefully y'all don't let Reginald be the only one to support the channel. Don't be bogus. Heaven support more than that. Don't get me started.
And I can tell you from Africa. What is this shit? What is this divisive? This xenophobia? No, brother. What the hell? But what the hell you offended for? Did you thought you blended in with that hairline and that forehead, brother? Did you think I don't see you? Nigga, you got on a 3-piece suit and some flip-flops. Nigga, you think we don't see you? Your lady over here got a damn synthetic $5 Sally's Beauty Supply wig. We can't see that? FBA women don't wear that type of shit. We're not trying to denigrate you, but damn, just certain things we just know. There's certain little cultural nuances that we know that's not us. Yeah? But a lot of them don't like that. They don't like when we can tell that they are not us. Because, see, that exposes the lie of Pan-African sameness. See, a lot of these immigrants, they'll embrace this global.
Shout out to Tom Jones as well for the $5 PayPal donation. We appreciate that. Shout out to Tom Jones. We appreciate
immigrants. They'll embrace this global blackness when it's convenient, when there's some kind of monetary gain. But in practice, they don't want to be associated with their own cultural appearances or traits. When they fled, they wanted to flee from everything. That's why don't let them run that culture game. Don't let them run that culture. There is no culture to be right. There ain't no culture. There is no culture. That's like when Bushmeat got up here and said, what's your culture? He didn't know what to say. They run from that and then try to emulate our culture. They come over here and try to cosplay and emulate us in many cases. And I'm not trying to denigrate everybody. I'm not. We're cool with people, but let's be real. A lot of people come over here and cosplay, try to do what we do, and they have a problem with feeling like an outsider, because what happens when we can tell that you're not here or from here, you try hard to blend in and assimilate. You don't want to, be stigmatized or whatever. We say, hey man, where are you from? You don't look like you're from here. What? So you feel like you've been marked as visibly different. Now you feel like you've been marked as an outsider. Yeah. Now you feel insecure It brings out some weird insecurity in these people. They feel like we're putting them in an inferior position. See, a lot of the immigrants, especially the tether class, they come over here with a little arrogant belief that, well, we're the real
Shout out to Lewis Luck as well for the support. Shout out to Lewis Luck for the $20 PayPal donation. We do that. Shout out to Lewis. We appreciate that. Thank you, brother. I'll keep supporting the channel. Let these be the only brothers and sisters that support the channel.
like we're putting them in an inferior position. See, a lot of the immigrants, especially the tether class, they come over here with a little arrogant belief that, well, we're the real Africans and the African Americans are but
Yeah, that's what they try to say. We're the real Africans. So what if y'all the real ones? What the do you think we is? The fake ones, nigga? We not even African at all. How about that? So stop even coming over here like we cousins or family or kin. We ain't no kin to y'all peoples. Shout out to Roger W for the $5 cash out donation. We appreciate that. $6 cash out donation. We appreciate that. Thank you, brother. We appreciate all the support from everybody in the building. Let's keep the support coming. By the way, this channel is not monetized. I've had this YouTube channel probably for 8 years. It probably was monetized for 9 months back in 2017 or something like that. But hey, make sure y'all support the channel. We are working hard to get the channel back monetized. So make sure y'all support the movement, man. Thumb up the video and support the channel.
immigrants, especially the tether class, they come over here with a little arrogant belief that, well, we're the real Africans and the African Americans are beneath us. They're just a degraded version of the real Africans. So when we say, hey, man, you ain't from here, are you? You look like you're from Africa somewhere. Then that messes with their ego because it flips the power dynamic. That means we're the ones with the cultural awareness and the discernment. It's not the other way around. We can see that you're not us and from our culture. So psychologically, we have acknowledged our culture by recognizing you ain't a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And that
right. That's just like if we came to Africa, we know we going to West Africa and we throw on dashikis and we put on all the traditional garbs to try to blend in. Y'all will still know that y'all would still know that we're not from y'all homeland. Shout out to M. Wright in the building. Shout out to M. Wright dropping the Twitter comments. The first time seeing a Twitter comment. I think I just recently got verified on Twitter too, man. So we're verified on Twitter. Shout out to Twitter for rocking with your boy, Big Bapperton. Shout out to Twitter for rocking with Aboriginal Power. All right, and shout out to everybody that's rocking with me on Twitter, man. We're here to drop more heat. And like I said, for everybody that's listening in, we're doing my first Twitter Spaces tomorrow. Me and a brother by the name of Booby, who's part of the Secure the Tribe movement. I know y'all seen them pushing this whole FBA, the reparations, and our indigenous heritage as well. They've been around for a minute. So shout out to them over there too, man. We rocking with everybody that's rocking with us, man. It's time to get on code, put all differences aside, and it's time to get our shit back, man. Free the land. What Job Brick say? Tell the answer. He said, tell a colon. He said, free the land. Tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Hey, they gotta free the land, man.
messes with them. And then, truth be told, a lot of them are just ashamed of where they came from. They had to come from poverty, political dysfunction, and being told you look African or you look Caribbean or something, or we can tell you're not from here. That makes them feel like refugees in a certain degree. They're like, oh shit, they see me. They feel like, okay, they're looking at me like I'm a refugee. Oh Lord, what is it about me? Then they got to go to the mirror and see what happened. Oh, I got to put on a do-rag so they won't see my forehead. It triggers some insecurity with them. They really act funny when we recognize that they're not us. I've seen with big Tweety Bird head. Somebody, we are the same. How are you niggas saying I am different? You really, brother, come on, man. Come on. And it's okay. It is okay. There's differences. It is okay. There are differences. You know, we're not beating up on you. We're not being divisive, but you know, shit. I know must when I smell it on certain people. That's not, you know, we don't really walk around musty.
Man, it's a certain thing, man. It's really hard to explain because when we walk around our neighborhoods on a regular, we don't be like, damn, hey, bro, look at bro, don't he look like an African? Or be like, damn, that's an African right there. We never say that. But but us in America, when we see when we see a continental African, whether he born here or not, if we see an African in general, we be like, yo, that's an African. That's a fact. And you can tell by the little egg shape of this lady head. She got them on them little itty bitty Camp Maroon heads. You know what I mean? African got a different cranium and baby girl hairline. See, I think we should start doing hairline genetic traces. Because your hairline gonna tell you your genetic roots. See, they doing all this spitting in the tube. No, take a picture of your hairline and let's put it up on the scientific analysis. That's more accurate.
Not everybody. I ain't saying all of y'all are musty, but damn, there's certain things we just know. Certain things we know. All right. Let me see. Y'all raise your hands because we do have a lot of people in here. Y'all raise. So let's get Janeel Moses, brother. Have I talked before, brother? Janeel Moses. That sounds familiar.
Peace, King Flex. What's going on, my brother?
What's up,
Yeah, they got a name that everybody feel like they heard of. Yeah,
brother? We've spoken before, right?
Yes, we have, man. I live in Houston, Texas. Remember, we talked a few years ago. I've been rocking with you for a long time, man. UPA member.
Oh yeah,
from the Mac lesson days. You know, I was opening up a cigar shop a while ago. We talked on Facebook or Instagram a while ago.
Yeah, you have the cigar shop, right?
Yes, sir. When you was in Houston, man, you was right across the street from my spot. You never came by to holler at me. I was trying to catch you, but you left. You was at the barbecue spot, at Ray's Barbecue.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, I love that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm right across the street from Ray's, but I was calling to tell you something very quickly, man. I need you to do a research. Are you familiar with the resettlement program?
No. What is that?
So the resettlement program, if you just Google the resettlement program, basically summarize Africans who've came to the United States from other African countries and how they've gotten stipends and housing and free. I mean, it breaks everything down, man. It's very, very intriguing. You need to check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna look into it. Definitely. It's Inger. All right, Miss Inger, unmute your mic.
Well, I became a speaker, but I'm not a speaker.
Okay, I can barely hear you. All right?
Yes, I'm good.
So what's on your mind, dear?
I didn't ask to speak. I don't know why I did that. I was actually a listener.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. You having late night problems with your phone? I don't know what that is. Let's get Chase. Chase, what's up, brother?
Hey, brother.
She might have motherfucking hit her little fentanyl pill or something. That motherfucker didn't know where she was. Excuse my French.
Late night.
That's why I can't wait to go to Twitter. We're gonna go to Twitter. I'll be able to, use my vibrant vernacular.
What are you talking about?
Just random stuff, man. Anything on your mind? And where you from, by the way, Mr. Chase?
I'm originally from the Midwest, so I've been California, Florida, Arizona. I've been everywhere.
Oh, cool. So what's on your mind, Mr. Chase?
No, actually, I was in spaces that are like solely like focused on this whole Epstein thing. So I thought, I'm curious about you guys' thoughts on that.
All right, but thank you so much, Chase. Okay, Chase is just kind of strolling the Twitter streets, all right, just looking and window shopping. Yeah, I don't know. He's just strolling the streets, walking in the stores. Hey, what's this? What's in here, buddy? Is this a beauty shop? Do you soul food restaurant or something? Oh, he's window shopping. Okay, brother. I'll let you do you. All right, let me get some more folks in here. Let's get Just Steve. Let's get Just Steve, the crypto guy. Just Steve in the building. Mr. Just Steve.
Hello, I don't really have a speech or any lengthy conversation I have. I just wanted to introduce myself.
I don't really have a speech or any lengthy conversation. You can say he's from Australia or Netherlands.
So, my name's Steve. I live in Australia. My dad was born in Spain. Come over here, had me to my mother.
Okay.
And that's all.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, brother. This is not a dating site. I don't know if you're trying to get you a boo thing or whatever, but I'm in Australia. My dad had me. I was born in Spain, but I'm here now. I'm 5'11". I'm a Gemini, and I love koala bear meat. I don't know what you want, brother. I don't know what you want, but just kind of describing yourself. This ain't that kind of chat. Okay. You find you a nice Aboriginal man over there in Australia. Find you somebody.
A nice Aboriginal man over there is crazy.
Let's get Jamu.
Hey, shout out to Swift, man. Long time no see to you too, Swift. We back in business, man. We got the original channel back after YouTube took my shit for 3 years. We got it back. Almost all my original content, 600 videos and 14,000 subscribers. But hey, we back though, you know.
Hey,
the live stream, hashtag Aboriginal.
Over 4 million people in Minnesota, but it's $250 million. And they network through their whole Somalia. There's been like a RICO. And there's a lot of Mexicans that came here, and they just found 900 pounds of meth 2 different times in the last month.
Damn.
And they're just, you know what I'm saying? One was in the storage locker, and one they was just in pickup trucks. And they just pulled them over. I guess they was watching them. The ICE is watching them. Another thing, when the Somalians get their food stamps in Section 8, a lot of them have been spending 6 months in Somalia where they're supposed to be war torn and scared, but they keep their benefits and they just stack up. So I'm just like, they get stuff that they sitting in here running for politics and all of that, and they really think that they're us. They be like, brother, I've been here 20 years. I'm Black American.
Oh.
I'm like, man, I can't go to Somalia and be in Somalia 20 years and be Somalian.
Yeah.
And then they got different tribes, like 5 different tribes, and there's a Somali war going on. They're killing each other, shooting up at like places that we would, man, they just don't have no respect. They throw trash out everywhere. Like when I'm around, I'm like, man, pick that up. They have no respect for our culture, but they want to be us. And I just I'm going to end my plane. I thank y'all for everything.
There you go, man.
To the family.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, cosplaying tethers only cosplay so they can try to blend in. They're only trying to blend in so they can reap and take what little bit of reef benefits we get off whatever we built. They only blend in to tether off of us to try to take what little bit of culture we're still creating that ain't been borrowed. You see what I'm saying? And they're also tethering off of us to get the economic spending power and consuming power that we have as Aboriginal / FBA Americans, family. It's really a parasitic pool that we're in. Imagine an old healthy feller jumping into an old pool or a lake, and it's infested with leeches and parasites, and you feel me?
Much respect. Yeah, it's crazy up there. I heard out there in Minnesota right now. Let's get hot seat.
Hi, Tariq. Yes, thank you for having me. I just had a quick question also about that Minnesota thing. That some people are justifying saying, but he was born in America, even though he's Somalian. So I was just wondering, do you believe people who are born in America, even though they're not foundational American, should be running for, government positions, or do you just feel that it's only for foundational Black Americans and foundational white Americans to run for office? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's a tricky thing, man, because my thing is, if they're going to run for office, what's your agenda? Because what happens is a lot of these people, they'll run for office and they'll be pushing the blackness as like, well, I'm the first black person this, or the first black person, so that we can galvanize around them. And then when they win, oh, shout out to Somalia. They did that with Kamala Harris. When Kamala Harris was running, when she was running under Biden, she was black. Oh, HBCU. And the minute she got in the White House, the Asian American, the first Asian American, boy, they started that literally the next damn day, they were yelling about how she was Asian. I mean, they flipped that shit on November 5th. They were talking about how she was Asian. So my thing is, if people are not from the lineage, I don't want, to be honest, nobody representing us unless you're from this lineage. I don't want nobody around the reparations conversation if you are not of this lineage. You understand? You have to be of the lineage, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Lord. RJ, we already know your position, RJ. RJ, hop on in. Let's hear RJ. RJ, let's hear it. We're going to hear some Democrats explaining. RJ, what's up? RJ?
Yo.
What's up, RJ?
What's good, Tariq? You all right?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Yeah, just the bull that you're saying is crazy. He's still carrying water. It's sad at this point. Even Nick Fuentes is saying MAGA is a scam. You seen that?
Yeah, I don't care what I got to do with MAGA.
Because you're still saying, Trump is better, which is it's impossible to say that, because even Republicans and even Nazis are saying Kamala would have been better. So who the hell are you to say otherwise?
Kamala would be better for you because you're an immigrant tether.
Kamala would have been better for everyone, for healthcare, for housing. What's Trump doing for that?
How would Kamala be better for me and 43 million foundational Black Americans?
Yeah, because if you require healthcare, you're part of America, for housing, for healthcare, for transport, they're Democrats that do the best in all those three: housing, healthcare, and transport.
Housing,
Democrats do the best.
With all of these homeless FBAs because of the damn Democrats, and they're giving housing vouchers and hotel vouchers to immigrants, and you talking about some damn housing? Really? Get your ass off my phone. I don't even want to hear no more of your horse shit. Get your ass off my phone. I don't even want to hear no more. These bad faith ass Democrat talking points. Man, please. The Democrats are in the tank right now. Good. You deserve every failure you get, Democrats. Y'all crapped on the Black constituency. Let's get Southern to the core. Southern to the core. Hop on in here. Mr. Southern to the core, or Mrs. Southern to the core. All right, let's get this thing going. Let's get it going. All right, while you're not getting on, let me get some more people in here. Let's get Raw Woods in here. I remember that face. I don't remember what we talked about before. We'll get Raw, then we'll get Keith. Raw Woods, you in here? Raw Woods, unmute your mic. If Raw Woods will not unmute, we'll go to Keith Nixon. Keith.
Can you hear me?
Raw.
How you doing, Tariq? What's going on? So I just wanted to bring a little scholarship to you.
Yeah, that noise. I can't do the noise, brother. We got to have you call back. Keith, what's up, Keith?
Yo, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Keith?
Look, I've been listening to you for a while, bro.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's a lot of things that's been coming up of late, man, about all these people that's coming into the United States, bro. And they feel obligated to constantly, you know, to put down us in America and make us feel, try to make us feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, what pissed me off, man, is that a lot of people that's here that feel obligated because we've been taught to be Africans and to hate the fact that we are actually Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just really, it get on my nerve to hear people that's defending these people that's is going out their way to make us feel bad because we see ourselves for who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being American and being, but they want us to turn off that just to be a part of.
Hey man, salute to everybody that's in the building. We got 265 people listening in to us total right now. Salute to everyone. If you're new to the channel, I do need y'all to subscribe to the channel right quick. And if you're listening over there on Twitter, make sure I run over here to the YouTube at Aboriginal Power and come give us a subscribe, man. Shout out to all my FBA Aboriginal family. Hey man, we getting on cold, man. It's unity or nothing. It's expressing our lineage, stepping on these immigrants and tethers, and y'all already know, man.
Something that never
keeping our culture
benefited us in the long run.
Right. And yeah, thank you, brother. Let me build on what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of people feel a way about us delineating because, see, we're making a power move. It's a spiritual move and it's a necessary move. Family, us delineating is essential. It's not just something that should be culturally done. It's essential. It is imperative that we delineate because, one, our ethnogenesis that we had, it has to be protected or our ethnic group will be dissolved. We, foundational Black Americans, we were born out of a very unique historic situation. We were defined by.
See, Tariq, that's why I got to have a Tariq with my boy Tariq Nasheed, because he's still holding on to a lot of old out of Africa theory jargon, which one of them, which I really don't like, but I rock with Tariq. That's my boy. And that's why I say after we have this conversation, I'm going to be able to elaborate on the scientific analysis, the scientific facts, to tell him, to show and prove to him that we're not even African genetic. We're not African. We have no African genetics. As a matter of fact, new studies are starting to say that Africans' oldest genetics ain't even African. So we're starting to have a real clear understanding, and there's some missing puzzle pieces to this puzzle. And one of the missing pieces is the story, the very complex story about the Aboriginal nigger history in America, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is real Fendi facts. This is real Fendi facts, man. This is real Fendi facts. You feel what I'm saying? So we're not going to make it about African theme. You see what I'm saying about this whole ethnogenesis? No, we maybe did go through some harsh conditions, some mislabeling, some, you feel what I'm saying? Some coup d'etats that happened within our government that was here. But that slave narrative, no. Prisoners of war, yes. Warriors here. Never been the type that'll just allow us to just be shackled, packed on a ship in hopes that a couple people smuggle a couple okra seeds over here. No, that's not the story that we're going with, and that's not the story that we're going to take. It doesn't match our genealogical history. The story that they gave you doesn't match the actual history of our lineage. So somebody's wrong in the conversation. Either your ancestors, the documents that you're finding on your ancestors, right? Or the colonists or the supremacist class that's leading America right now. The ones who orchestrate what goes into the Western education systems. The ones who stamp in these McGraw-Hill books. Y'all see what I'm saying? I wish we had some real ones in the building. They'll drop them fire emojis. Wish we had some real ones. Even over on Twitter, they'll be dropping them fire emojis and sharing the live stream right now.
Our experiences here on this land. You understand? And there was a cultural alchemy. We got to understand that. When you put something here and then put something there and change certain things around, you create something new. We are not continental Africans. That's a way labeling us as continental Africans or generic Africans.
Right. We're not, and I'm glad you slowly starting to get it, but I know you just don't got the information or you just don't got time to do that type of research. That's why we got to work on code. And brothers like me already in the field of doing the research, the historical, the cultural, the inventions, and in this case, the DNA analysis. We can't skip past Albert Perry's DNA and how crucial that is to us as humans, and how that contradicts the out of Africa story, the us being African genetic lie and fallacy that they have told us. We're challenging the mainstream narrative, not just with arrogance and the ego. We're challenging it with the voices and the message and the records and the oral tradition and history of our ancestral lineage, family. Seriously. And the more as time go on, the brothers, no matter what we identify as, we are getting on code. And we don't need to have a guidebook to who is not on our code with us and who is not our people. We already know. We got the code written down in our veins, family. Certain people just ain't endure or don't have the wherewithal or the understanding of who our people is. And a lot of these other conscious movements are allowing a lot of these tethers in too. We're going to talk about that on another note. This is going to ruffle some feathers. No point intended. Shout out to my American Indians. But this is going to ruffle some feathers because a lot of these conscious groups, and I ain't going to name whether or not they're Aboriginal, Pan-African, Hebrew, Islamic, Moor, whatever. But they're allowing these immigrant groups in, family. They are. So shout out to everybody that's in the building. Let's continue this though.
That's a way to keep us weak. It doesn't work for us. Yeah, we have African genetics. Yes.
No.
I'm not saying we don't. There's a lot of tethers.
No, we don't. We don't got African genetics. Because all you're saying is, yeah, we got African genetics, but when we came over here, we got mixed up. That's riding the fence too much. And it allows tethers to constantly tether on to you because you're still genetically attached to them, according to their fallacy of a history. We're not genetic Africans, bro. We're not genetically out. I mean, what else you want me to say? That was it. That was it. Plain and simple. We're not genetically Africans. There is no genetic African markers. There's similarities in DNA markers from living people that live on various different places of the continent, but they're not explaining whether or not those people had always been there. Do they match up with the oldest people that was there, or whether or not they migrated to those places? So it's really a guessing game, and it's a whole sentence, and it got 1,000 blank spots. And the DNA genealogy test is only able to fill in one blank spot. We still have tons of them that's empty and that they're not accounted for. So DNA analysis is limited. They have limitations, huge errors, marginal errors at best when you're dealing with a short range of timing, of lineage. All right. Shout out to everybody. Let's get it, though. Let's get it. My bad.
It doesn't work for
I just got to
us.
correct
Yes,
some shit, though.
we
We're
have
not African
genetics.
genetics.
Yes. I'm not saying we don't, because a lot of tethers like to say, you nigga say you don't have any African ancestry. We're not saying that. I'm saying, yes, we do. Of course we do. Everybody has African ancestry.
See, you only believe everybody does, Tariq Nasheed. No disrespect. This is all respect. You only saying that everybody is genetically African because of the lie that they told you that everybody come from Africa. That is one of the biggest myths in the world. It's one of the biggest myths in the world, Tariq. And even though you're delineating and you're slowly adapting to stepping into your Aboriginal roots, one of the biggest baggages that you carry on from your old ideology that you have kind of put away with is the African genetic and the we come from Africa, the out of Africa theory. And they have 3 different out of Africa theories for those that's listening. They have out of Africa A, B, and C. Okay. And they break down different components, different out of Africa migrations at different time frames, and it's a whole different thing. I could break that. I probably did tons of builds on that on this channel. We got over 1,100 videos on this live streams on this channel, so I'm pretty sure we did over a dozen of those. Okay, but my point to say is that we're not African genetic. That's the story. So we do have genetics that is found in Africa. That is true. Okay. They're not telling you whether them genetics is from Africa or are they from America. They don't tell you that. They attach a theory called the out of Africa theory attached to the actual DNA analysis, what the actual data says. And they attach a theory to all the data that has been passed around to us on history. So what I mean by that is that they'll find archaeology, they'll find artifacts, they'll find bones. And what that is the bones will say, well, look, this is a Negro, or this was a cup, this was a pottery, this was a gold shield. And then they attach their theories on attached to it. Well, this had to be a black guy who migrated over. You see how they attach their theories to the data while avoiding allowing the data to speak for itself. And this is why we bring up Albert Perry's DNA, which is older than any known living African human species to date. Human species, meaning people that look like us, modern humans, not no monkey type shit that they be talking about with that out of Africa theory. I don't believe in that monkey theory. So I'm talking about the oldest human genetic people found in Africa is only 290-something thousand years old. They migrated out of Africa roughly around 100,000 years ago. Now, the oldest is 200,000. You only left Africa at 100,000. How do you find DNA, genetics from a Negro man from South Carolina at 330,000 years old? That's almost 110,000 years older, 140,000 years older than the oldest known African? How do we got African genetics when the oldest genetics found in America is older than any known African? Like, help make that make sense to me right quick, family. Like, for real. All y'all gotta do is go look up and listen, if you just want to look up the oldest known living people according to DNA, it's the Khoisan people, the Khoisan, the Pygmy, the Bushmen down there in South Africa, excuse me. And they DNA only go back 30,000 years. So the oldest alleged DNA in the world, which is from a black man who's allegedly, according to their theory, come from Africa, doesn't even match the oldest Africans in Africa. See, we can keep debunking this in various different ways. Once you know what they got and you know what the new data says, you can just go around them in so many different ways, family. We can just go around them in so many different ways. And listen, I just blocked this guy in the chat. He's going to continue to get blocked. He's a troll. He's a troll, and they do not come up to speak. They just going to talk in the chat and just, cause disruption. We don't need no disruption amongst our people. That must have been either a tether or a tether lover. One of the two. It ain't many that's coming.
Have any African ancestry?
Going against
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, yes, we do. Of course we do. Everybody has African ancestry. You understand? But the thing is, if you get some limestone and then you mix it with sand and water, that mix will not be limestone no more. That mix won't be water no more. That mix won't be sand no more. It becomes cement and then concrete. It becomes something totally new. You've had an alchemy situation. You've gotten elements from certain places.
Hey, man, we got a few people up in the building, man. We got 300 people listening to us. We got 29 on Twitter, 270 listening to us right now on Instagram. We got a few people listening to us right now on Instagram as well. But listen, this is what I need y'all to do real quick. I need y'all to stop what y'all doing and hit that like button. A few of y'all forgot to hit that like button on your way in. And while you down there hitting that like button, go to the right of that like button and hit that share button and give us a quick share. All right. And if y'all enjoying the live stream, only if you enjoying the live stream, you're going to support the channel and hit that link that's pinned at the top of the live chat. All right. Only if you're enjoying the live stream, you're going to hit that link that's pinned at the top of the live chat and support the channel.
But they've been mixed together and repurposed and turned into something completely different. A block of concrete is not sand, but sand comes from that. A block of concrete is not limestone, but limestone helped make up the composition of it. But there is a new genesis of alchemy. It became something else, just like us. There was African ancestry. There were Black Aboriginal ancestry here. There was
See, that's why I disagree. I know that there were blackbirding, and then that's when they started trying out the mislabeling. They would snatch up a bunch of teenagers and kids, which is how you get the term kidnapping, and they would take them from various different places from America and sometimes even the conjoining islands, and they will bring them here and be like, listen, you was from Africa, the place we call Africa, and we brought you here. And really, they just came from Massachusetts to Chicago. You feel what I'm saying? They went from Washington State to South Carolina. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's called blackbirding, and they talk about this in history. So I'm not even going with this African story, because when you break down the first Africans, according to mainstream narrative, to come to America, it happened in 1619, right? But we know when we get into that story, which I can pull that up on a whole nother note. If y'all get in the comment sections and let me know if y'all really want to hear that story about the 1619 project, we'll get into the actual story about John Roth and the Batista and the San Juan going at it. So you had the Spanish and the English vessel going at it. The English vessel ended up capturing a Spanish vessel that was leaving the Caribbean islands. And on that boat, he had a bunch of Caribbean indigenous people that they referred to as Negroes. Now, we're going to break down that word Negroes and what that means here in just a second. But when they captured these particular people, they brought they was taking them over there to Europe for work. There was a contract deal between the Spanish and the indigenous people. They was going to go over there and work, set up some of their gardeners and do their thing. They was going to get paid for it and come on back over here. In the midst of them traveling, the English vessel, I'm not even going to break it down. We'll talk about that on another note. But long story short, they end up bringing these people over here to the Americas. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to do a whole build on. If y'all want that, just get in the comment section.
Mixing of that, and there was an ethnogenesis. Foundational Black Americans were born and created on this land with a different spiritual essence, psychological essence, experience, a whole shebang, different culture, language, food, style, disposition, everything is different. And that's okay. And we have to respect that, honor it, and protect it.
Hey, let me show y'all how some of these immigrants that's cosplaying ask dumb questions that cause chaos. And this is just a quick reminder to stay on code and focus, family. So this guy by the name of Not a Coincidence, who cosplay as an African, who's actually from Yemen, says, y'all use DNA now? That's interesting, Bout. Well, listen, sorry to break it to you, but everybody on the planet, whether you want to use it or not, you have DNA in your body that's being used. And if you ever amalgamated and had an offspring, you officially used it and see the ramifications of that in real time. So yes, people use DNA. We use DNA. We have DNA. It's going to be used. It's inside your body. That's like saying y'all use blood. Yes, it's inside our body. We use it, of course.
You understand? Because from a deep perspective, man, listen, group clarity, that's necessary for group mobilization. When outsiders can sit up here and define or lead us and lead a group that they did not originate from, the group loses its internal cohesion. You lose your direction, you lose your goals. And like I said, when you have people who are not from the lineage trying to come in and dictate the direction of it, it goes to hell. Like I said earlier, these groups, NAACP, Essence, they've taken something that was culturally FBA, they got into the power reins of it. Now everything is going straight to damn hell. Why? They don't have the same respect for it. They don't have the same honor for it. They don't have the same camaraderie with it. They didn't grow up with Essence magazines in your homes when we were kids. They didn't grow up with that. So there's not going to be no sentimental value like we have. Y'all know us. What did we grow up with? We grew up with Essence, Ebony, and Jet magazine in the crib. We got subscriptions, boys. We got them at Jet magazines, and we flipped right to the beauty of the damn week. That's what I did. I wanted to see them fine ass FBA sisters. You understand? That's what we did. Ebony, Jet, those were household staples. We grew up on that shit. Right. Loved it. Great stuff. Talked about the greatness within our community. When the tethers got a hold of that shit, when tethers started getting a hold of Ebony and all of that, in essence, we start seeing bullshit with those articles. They start putting these bedwench articles out of 8 ways to find a white man and all types of weirdo shit. Why the black man ain't shit. And they start putting this weird feminist nonsense. They degraded it and started running it into the damn ground. just like they did with Essence. And I told people years ago that was going to happen. Yeah, we should have been gatekeeping.
Right.
You understand? See, a lot of these folks, man, they come from these tribal situations and they look at us as another tribal group. You understand? So we have to protect our ethnic group. We have to protect.
Right. As Aboriginal Americans, we're not Africans, so we don't have to do nothing with Africans. We don't have to do nothing. You see what I'm saying? The link is in the chat for anybody want to come on too.
Protect our ethnic group. It's very imperative.
We're going to talk about the topic
that we do that. And delineation, see, that's a defense against that performative allyship. See, a lot of these immigrant influencers and political figures, they'll temporarily align with FBA causes when it benefits them, but they really don't show a sustained solidarity. So that's that performative allyship, and that'll dissolve once FBA specific issues are raised. Then you'll see them crashing out. They'll start pivoting into immigration and all of this other stuff. But they always use us, our movements, as a launching pad for them. So when we delineate, see, that creates a perimeter of accountability. See, that starts to ensure that people who step into our spaces, they're going to have to show consistent respect, not opportunism. That's why people are kicking and screaming now. Because there's a change. And that's good. Kicking and screaming is good. Whenever there's a change, you know, people are going to feel a certain way about it. You change a baby's diaper, they're going to be mad. A change, it's uncomfortable sometimes. Sometimes that, you know, people sitting, you know, that you changing a kid's diaper, you're exposed to air and all that for a few minutes, and then you get that fresh diaper, you feel better. But, you know, a lot of change makes people uncomfortable. And we're forcing change right now. We're letting people know this is the new norm because people have been taking an easy ride for a long time. No more. We got to understand delineation. It is working.
Delineation is working, and it's a key. It's a must. Hey, I'm dropping a link in the chat, so if anybody want to come on, this is your chance to hit the link. We're going to drop the link in the chat. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in a couple minutes. Make sure y'all hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. It's your brother, Big Aboriginal Power. Let's go. Shout out to y'all in the building, man. Also, man, give us a quick share. Give us a quick retweet. Give us a quick story post for all 3 platforms. That's everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, rhyme so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? Eat $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God or Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to somethings. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust a pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get paid and praised by the dollar long as they keeping us stagnant. And niggas think they woke, huh? Like you could change a whole world through a vote, huh? Like slave masters willing to let their slave go, huh? That slave master was probably your kinfolk, huh? History in reverse, a black king strategy. When blacks were your majesty, they always hide your pyramids but point to where the castles be. Aristocracies with your last name patented accurately. Yeah. And I ain't even tell half the shit. Like, I ain't even tell a quarter of the shit. I'm just getting started. Y'all niggas rap about busting guns and all this weird shit. I'm trying to get my people back, nigga.
Peace, 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 peace. Peace and bliss. And shout out to everybody in the building. We got King Cass in the building. I'm going to let you speak, but speak towards the topic, though. Go ahead. You got the flow. Speak on the...
Yo, can you hear me? Yo.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, bro. I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. All right.
I'm just muting up. Like, I'm just teaching y'all how y'all
yeah,
I
I just heard our brother Agent Nasheed talking, but I'm gonna read the topic. Says Africans finally admit the truth about Black America.
Another tether loving hater. But go ahead.
Well, this is the thing. Like, I don't know what truth the African brother admitted because we descend from those tribes. Now, my group, right? But as a foundational African American, we're delineating from the FBA movement and other Black Americans that don't agree with us. So we want decorum, we want peace between our brothers and whatnot, but we are not the same, right? The FBA, they got their own thing going on. FAA, we got our own thing going on. We know in our hearts and minds that we descended from enslaved Africans that were brought over here.
Man, you was a buck dancing coon. You don't got no movie.
This
FBA is not a movement. It's about lineage. You trying to create a movement to go against lineage, and that's why you're going to fail. Because you're trying to attach yourself and have ally help with a bunch of tethers who don't care nothing about you. But go ahead, cook.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. Like, y'all don't want to listen to us when we say we're not Aboriginal, we're descendants of enslaved Africans. You know what I'm saying? But we're based. Ours is lineage based because we trace our blood and everything back in genealogy. Like I could trace my bloodline back to an African. You feel what I'm saying? And for the FBAs and the Aboriginals, if y'all feel that y'all don't do that, or a lot of FBAs say, look, like it's one sister on my page. She like, I got European in my blood. That don't make me African no more. She want to celebrate that. She darker than everybody on the panel. Cool. You feel what I'm saying? Us foundational African Americans and Pan Africans, we have to. We're giving you your right to be who you want to be, but we don't want nobody telling us who we are. You feel me?
King Cass, did you seriously sit here and say foundational African Americans like you're trying to copy foundational Black Americans, bro?
Well, if my people were enslaved in this country and I'm fighting for reparations, I descend from enslaved Africans. You know what I'm saying? I claim the history and the culture past slavery, then I will be a foundational African American.
Okay, so if that's the case in King Cass, so you support reparations going to Africans and not African Americans, then, do you?
No, I support it going to Africans that were enslaved in
No.
the Americas.
Okay, so if
In the
that's the
United
case
States
in King
in
Cass,
particular.
then what? Hold on. Okay, so
No,
if
hold
that's
on.
what you're
Let me make
saying,
a broader statement. Hold
I
on,
let you
because
speak. I let you speak.
other people that were like, if
I let you speak, King Cass.
if
I
Britain
let
did them
you
wrong,
speak, King
if Britain
Cass.
You gotta let them speak, King Cass. We're not doing a babbling. Let them respond. Listen to.
So, what you saying that reparations should go to African Americans
Nigga, I didn't
here
say that.
in
I did not say
America?
that. Why you keep saying I said that? Stop
You
repeating
just
that.
said that.
No, I didn't.
Did you not just hear
Stop
me say
repeating the
African
shit.
Americans
I
in
said
America?
yes.
All
People
right
that were
then.
brought here
What are
as
you yelling at?
slaves.
What are you so mad at right now? Are you
People
gonna let
that
me
were brought
speak or no?
You said yes, so let them speak.
People
Go ahead.
that
You going to the back. We got you going to come on when it.
Hey, bro.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so now as King Cass said, that reparations should go for African Americans who had people that were enslaved in America, right? I want to hear what King Cass has to say about the African Global Economic Union Plan, where they're speaking of sending reparations to Africans in Africa and not in America.
to get their reparations, they're entitled to get their reparations from those group of people. Just like we should get reparations. I mean, we owe reparations actually by a few groups. You know what I'm saying? The Dutch brought us over. France, you know what I'm saying? You got some of the Spanish North America, whatnot. You know, these people were tied in. So I think we should get reparations from multiple people, including the United States.
So do you believe that Africans who sent your ancestors apparently over here should get reparations as well?
Every African didn't send, because you know it was Africans that were taken back and enslaved within Africa as well, right?
You're trying to dodge the question. Do you believe that Africans who sent people over here as slaves should get reparations as well? It's a simple question.
Well, I'm African, so I guess I shouldn't get it either, since I'm African.
That's not what I'm saying, King Cass. I don't think
yes,
you're
they
comprehending.
should. Europe, which has been
No, not
raping,
Europe. We're talking African.
no, Europe is the one that have to give Africa the reparations.
Okay, then.
Because
So
they've
what
been
does that
taking
have to do with
resources out
America
their
then?
country.
So what does that have to do with America then?
They just because you brought up Africa. I'm talking about 1865, folks that was over here before 1865.
Sir.
Even if you were brought over through the Caribbean, you know what I'm saying? You were here pre-1865. You deserve reparations.
Sir.
But if you're
the
Indian,
African Global Economic Union Plan states that
why you just said don't bring up Africa?
That Africans in Africa should also get reparations.
This nigga is slow.
Yes, you're
they
the one
should
not
get their money.
comprehending, sir.
Yes, they should get their money.
Okay, so you're saying that Africans who sent your people here as slaves in America, who sold your people to the Europeans, should get reparations as well. Is that what you're saying?
African that sold people. It was people warring tribes that weren't united at that time. Now we're Pan-African because we got a common enemy. You know what I'm saying? That
it's
has
a yes or no
stolen
question,
from us. Yes, they deserve reparations.
So the people who sent your poor ancestors, sold them to the Europeans, should get reparations.
Well, since you're Native American, since you're Indian, you're not entitled to our reparations. Y'all entitled to something else. Now,
you're right.
other
We're
money y'all
entitled to
should
restitution.
get. No, yeah. So y'all should be doing the same thing the Native Americans are doing, trying to get that money that was owed to y'all if y'all figured y'all
Native
were Native.
Americans aren't owed money.
Sir, they can't. If they're Siberian, that mean they came a few thousand years ago, right?
No.
So when did the Siberians come here?
Well, you don't really start seeing them until around.
Hey, so what I'm saying is, let's get back on topic. How do you feel about this African admitting that African Americans ain't Africans?
Well, I don't know what he said in context. I just see the thing by his
well, I'm telling you. Face. So how you feel about that?
I mean, what did he mean by it though? I don't understand.
You should play it back, Bap, so he can get a, because he's a little slow sometimes. I think you should play it back.
Yeah,
let's play it back. Let's play it back for him.
Dude, it's hilarious, bro.
I mean, I'm American by ethnicity, though, fam. Like, I am American by ethnicity.
No. You're African.
I'm African by blood. I'm African by blood.
Isn't African an ethnicity as well, sir?
No,
we're not talking about Africa. Hold on. We're not Africans.
So. No, King Cass claimed you're African, so he's African by ethnicity and blood.
Now listen to the African. We're gonna put on the screen for you to see it and everything.
For the Black American culture, it should be there. It should be collard greens. It should be fried chicken. It should be all these different good food that the Black American culture brings to the table. Then fufu and everything from Africa, because that's not the culture. I was getting mad at first, but then I think he's right. So our Africans, Black Americans are not Africans. Black Americans have their own culture. We have to respect that.
We're not Africans, bro.
Y'all have the right to not be what y'all want. That's what I'm saying.
No.
We
We're
separated
not
from y'all. No.
We're not African at all, brother. We have no African genetics. You body bag. Go ahead, truthful cook.
Foundational African Americans are delineating.
There is
the
no
rest
such
of the
thing as a
blacks.
foundational African
No, it's
American.
no such thing as an FBA.
Yes, there
You're not
is, sir.
recognized by the European. You're not recognized by anybody federal, European Union. Not recognized by.
So let me
don't have
ask
a
you this
nation
question: what was
or
first,
anything.
Black or African American?
The African was first.
No, it was not. We were called Black before we ever were called
So you
African
shouldn't
American,
offend
sir.
me because I have the right to self-identify as you. If you want to
Sir,
identify
it's a
as a
simple
bunny,
question. I don't know
if
why.
you
Wait,
want to identify as a bunny,
Listen, you see it. That's that arm titties. You know, even her titties got on. Every her arm got titties. That's crazy. Yeah, bro, you diabolical for that, fam. I know y'all house stink. Ain't no way you can live in a house with a big white girl in your house not stink. That's physically impossible. Science even says that. So man, shout out to True Zone and his big ass white girlfriend eating mashed potatoes, listening to the Bapperton right now. Listen, shorty, lose weight.
You said lose weight.
And listen, True Zone, your ass better get up and go wash the windows in the morning, my nigga. And make sure you use new squeezy once a month. All right.
And quit talking shit on YouTube, nigga.
Yeah, you and your big Becky come meet us in Atlanta when we have our next get together. We have all you can eat food. Well, not for her, limited for her. She can get. We'll make her play. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord.
Oh shit, I'm cracking myself up sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you. But hey, I'm out of here, man. Peace and love to all American Aborigines, man. I'm probably gonna edit this video and put it out in different sectors. But yeah, man, I'm probably just gonna name this sector Clowning True Zone Fat Ass White Girlfriend. Yeah, that's a good ass title. Wait till y'all see the thumbnail I put together for this stupid ass nigga. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hit that like button. Support the channel. Shout out to everybody in the building. It's your brother Big Aboriginal Power. You already know the vibes. We out this.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines, just like I'm Saddam. I'm a